He doesn't want to be here. He's just one of those guys that knows that the money was here and he went for it.
And it's again the downside of his career. He's reached some sort of pinnacle. Hey, all to it. I mean, I never played in Europe. I never played anywhere professionally.
Gotta give it to him. He, like I said, he was good for Man United.
Yeah, he was a super sub. Yep.
He was what they needed, and he didn't want to be that. Unfortunately, he should have stayed doing that. He would have been a Man United legend. Look at Solskjaer, Ole Gunnar.
Yeah,
he was the same thing.
Exactly, and now he's managing the club to who knows where.
Well, that right now he has him in a good. I guess they needed the way he was playing, and he needed to get Van Gaal's system out and Mourinho's system out. Now he has implemented his own system, and I think he has Carrick. I forgot other players from United that they're showing him.
United's also benefiting from this pandemic because now a lot of the injured players that he has, he's going to get back.
Yeah.
So remains to be seen because to me, my criticism of Ole is that he's trying too hard to be Fergie instead of being Ole. And I get it. He played under Ferguson, and that's the system that he knows.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, you got to kind of make your own little implementations to things. For example, we were talking before the season ran out about Mourinho and how his system looks pretty outdated by now because he's not doing anything with Tottenham.
No, he's not. And I don't even know why they got him. They should have kept Pochettino.
At least for the season, right?
Yeah.
Because Pochettino, to me, just didn't seem
he's
inspired.
He's the player. Look at him where he took him. He took him Champions League final.
Yep.
Couple points off the EPL.
Right.
What other coach has done it? Kane, Harry Redknapp didn't do shit with them.
No.
That other guy, Andre Villas-Boas or whatever.
Right.
He was supposed to be a good coach. He didn't do shit with them.
Right.
And then they got him, and they did a lot. He did a lot with them.
But let me ask you this. I mean, it seemed that to me in many ways, yeah, he did a lot. But I always had this feeling that he kind of underachieved as well because he has a good squad. Tottenham's not a bad squad. He got hit with some injuries in the beginning of the season this year, and that's why they got rid of him. But when we first heard about Mourinho, you and I were like, "What?"
Yeah, I didn't. I don't like him. I didn't like him, Man United. Mm-hmm. And yeah, his system worked for Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco, but
then for Chelsea, was a couple runs, and then.
But see, Chelsea
for Inter Milan,
exactly. But Chelsea had the pieces for that kind of stuff. But then again, it's an archaic kind of game. You defend and then you counterattack. It's almost like the Italians. However,
Benfica he played. He coached.
Yeah, Benfica. You're right, and that's who he won the Champions League with. Yeah. But that's again an outdated. That's what happened to Wagner.
Arsene
Wenger. Same thing. His system was terrific at one point, but people figured it out, and
it's not only figured it out. I'm sure if he implements a system wherever he goes, it's a good system. It's just unlike Guardiola, they didn't want to give him the players.
Right.
But he got players from the system, and he made them great players, obviously. But then they jumped ship. Ashley Coles, the Fabregas, stuff like that. He kept Bergkamp, Henry, and there was Sol Campbell. They had that squad. They had what's in that goalie, Lehman or something, the German. The Invincibles.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. Do you think that it was it a change of scenery, maybe? Because Mourinho, to me, proved that even with a change of scenery, that system's outdated.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'm sure Wenger's system is still good. It's just had enough of it. 17 years?
Yeah, almost 20, actually. More. He went to 20 years almost.
I like him as a coach. I like the way his system works. I like that type of play. Mm-hmm. Pass. But
would he have been a better fit at a United or a Tottenham?
Yeah. Tottenham.
But I think Tottenham too. I think they should have gone with Wenger as opposed to Mourinho.
I don't think he wants to coach at the moment.
Yeah.
So he's just hanging out, playing out. I saw that game. They had a game and all these old players were playing and Zidane was playing. Dude, he was playing like he was a youngster. I'm like, oh damn, pretty good.
So who's Zidane?
No,
Wenger.
Yeah.
Oh really? Fucking
skinny little fucker, but hey, he was playing.
But I think that eventually, for example, well, actually, no. I think that one of the things why I'm saying that is because you remember when Klopp came to Liverpool, everybody was going to go for this heavy metal football and all this other shit. But even he had to tweak his own system because it just wasn't.
Yeah,
happening.
That's what that was one. I don't know who said it, that his system was all about working out and running, and players were going to break down. But like you said, he tweaked it for the EPL and It's working wonders for him right now.
It is, but again, I think that they probably weren't prepared for the amount of games they were going to play.
Oh, no.
As defending European champions, going after the EPL title, some of the FA Cups and all that stuff that they kind of really weren't worried about. He kind of reminds me of Benitez in that way, that he's only concentrated on two things: the league, European, and Champions League.
The two biggest ones,
right?
Well, the other ones for what? The FA Cup, the Carlington Cup, and all those cups. You don't need those. The two main ones. Those are the biggest ones. Those are the ones that people are gonna remember.
Exactly.
They're not gonna be like Liverpool, FA Cup winners. I'm like, the fuck? No, it's EPL and Champions League winners. Those are the ones that everybody's gonna remember. That's what, like, in the back of your head, like, oh shit, they were Champions League.
Exactly. I'm kind of interested in seeing how Mourinho's going to do it. I have a feeling that he's not going to last that long. Yeah,
he's going to get canned. I already know it, and hopefully he does, because that's my second favorite.
Yeah, but he's really good friends with the owner, though. Apparently, that's why they got him like immediately. Once remember Mourinho was doing commentary,
and I'm surprised he for him being an arrogant asshole that he is. That's not a top tier team. Besides Benfica, he's coached Madrid. He's coached Inter Milan, Chelsea twice. Yeah. So these are clubs that
have pieces already in place.
Not only that, but that's for his douchebaggery and arrogance. I'm surprised he lowered his stature to a team like Tottenham, because Tottenham's an 8th place, middle of the league team. I don't consider him elite.
Or did he do it out of desperation because no one was hiring him?
That too.
Because he goes around. I have a bigger. I believe. I will accept more that Arsene Wenger is getting more offers than Mourinho has in the last year, and I think that Wenger's just like you said,
he's probably gassed out and he just wants to hang out with his family. He is of age also.
Yeah, he is.
And the pressure that all the leagues put on these coaches, they age really fast. And
it's like the U.S. presidency,
dying, dude. They're not dropping like flies.
It's like the U.S. presidency. Remember when Obama came in, he looked all cool and shit when he got out of there, dude. Gray everywhere. And that was just in 8 years, those go by really quick. Wenger stayed there for 20, so it's like, But here's the thing: do you think Wenger goes back because
there's always that itch for them to go coach and see how relevant are they now?
Well, my question was more to because as far as league goes, he accomplished everything there was to accomplish in the league.
Trophies.
But as far as the European championships were concerned, he always fell short.
Yeah, he always crashed out in the Champions League, right?
Right, always crashed out. Kind of like Guardiola, who we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. Because we were watching a replay of a game with Bayern Munich, and I can't remember who it was. But you mentioned, and you pointed out, that he always goes to teams that already have all those pieces in place. So is he really an elite coach, or is he just this guy that takes advantage of what others have already built?
That and, like, unlimited funds. Like I said, like, I want to see him take Crystal Palace or West Ham or any team that's middle table or relegation. Mm-hmm. See what you could do with them, with the funds that they have and the players that they have. If you're a great coach, you'll do wonders with them. But if not, you'll go to a Bayern Munich with the amount of money they have to get whoever you want.
Right. And the other thing that I've always pointed out with Guardiola is that he always has like these, I want to say elite, I guess you can call them elite players that are stars. They're like
Yeah, he always gets proven players that already know the stars. Like, he had, who else did he bring in right now? He took Sterling, I think, did he? He was already a proven player. De Bruyne, all those. And they're already of that class.
Right.
And he didn't need to groom them to be the players that they are now. And that's what he likes to do.
Right. Which is kind of why when I see there and I talk about Klopp sometimes, trust me, when he brought in Mo Salah to the team, I was like, what is he doing? Because remember, Mo Salah crashed out with Chelsea under Mourinho.
He was playing good for Roma.
Right.
That's when he started playing
but
the elite status he is right now.
Right, but when he first came to the EPL, he was one of those sought-after players, and somehow he ended up at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And either Mourinho couldn't do anything with him or didn't care to do anything like he usually likes to do.
He likes to...
Yeah, punish players for whatever reason.
Yeah. Stupid ass.
Yeah, and so Mo crashed out. when he came to believe me, I'm like, is he going to be like a bench player maybe or something like that? Never did I expect that he was going to work in this system the way he did.
Works pretty well, and he has great players to implement his style. There's my guy, what's his name?
Yeah, you like Mane. No, Firmino. You love Firmino.
I like Firmino. He's world class. And
why is that guy not a starting player for Brazil?
Even in the World Cup, he was a bench player. I'm like, dude, put him in.
I would have put him in over Neymar. I don't like Neymar.
Neymar's all flash.
He rolls around the ground pretty well though. That's
good actor. He should be an actor. He did come out in a movie. I forgot which one he was. Yeah, got blown up though. I forgot which one was it.
Shit, I want to see that movie now. But I mean, so we were talking about I know we're kind of jumping and we were because we're just kind of getting back into this. But we were talking also about international soccer and stuff, and I was asking, we said that the U.S. is in obvious rebuild mode.
Yeah,
I'm not too confident about their coach.
Who is the coach? He used to coach what, Columbus Crew or New England or something? I forgot
what his name is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But you were mentioning that there was a lot of American players coming out of the Bundesliga. Yeah. I like the Bundesliga, but is that really a great ground for testing your skills?
Well, I told you earlier, is the Bundesliga more Bayern, Borussia, the new breeding ground for United States players? Like first it was Fulham with Brian McBride,
right?
This one kid, that guy he played, Clint Dempsey,
I love
Friedel,
Dempsey was great,
stuff like that. And then Everton had the Landon Donovans, Tim Howards. So you could see those two teams. They sought out United States because they knew there's good crop of players in the United States. But now Germany's doing it.
Right.
Or Deutschland, like my ex-friend used to say. I'm like, dude, it's Deutschland.
Deutschland. Yeah, I'd say that to a German. See what
punch me in the face. Hey, some Deutschlander.
Then we'll be talking that would street fighting podcast there. But I mean, I think to me, going to a different league outside of the MLS, because to me the MLS, and we've talked about this before, is the retirement league. I don't think you're going to breed much talent here. You have to go somewhere else.
That's the thing with it. It's money wise or talent wise. EPL does it. How many English players to out of the country players are there in their leagues, in the teams?
Right.
Like for Liverpool, how many English players do you guys have?
Not many. Not many. I mean,
exactly.
Robertson is a Scottish player. Yeah. Let me see. You got Milner. You have Jordan Henderson. You have, but most of that, I mean, you have Mane, who's from the African League.
He's from Senegal.
Right. You have Firmino, who's Brazilian. You have Mane, or Mo, who's Egyptian.
Then Gini Wijnaldum, he's fucking Dutch.
Yeah. You have Van Dijk, who's Dutch. You have
Alisson, the goalie,
he's Brazilian. Yeah, so...
Not many. That's what I'm saying.
I see your point.
What rules European soccer? It's people from out of the country. That's why Balotelli, he said something that would hit good for African soccer and take that template to other countries. Mm-hmm. Europeans know that African soccer have breed great players.
They have.
Get the Drogbas, get Balotellis, people that are African based, create stadiums, and keep those players in Africa to create world-class players and world-class clubs in Africa. Do that with the MLS too. Keep the United States, breed them, and groom them to be world-class players, and make the MLS elite. That's what Balotelli's trying to do with Africa.
Right.
Because you're stealing world-class players from other countries to make your league world-class.
That's why when people see England go to the World Cup and England fails, everybody's shocked. But it's one of the strongest leagues in the world. Yeah, that's true. But it's not because of English players.
That's why I like Chivas.
Right.
They have Mexican-only players.
Right.
Which I like because it's no out of country.
Yeah, no foreign
players. No foreigners and everything. It's just Mexican-based players. They do good and they do bad. But why? Because they're in that country. That's their league. That's that team that with only Mexican players. That they should do that.
Right. I again the real miracle of the last World Cup was that England did so well. Maybe it's an adaptation of their newfound way of playing because they have to. They can't keep playing that archaic long ball game that and again it goes back to the coaching that we were talking about. Southgate seems to be
taking a little bit piece of of other coaches to create his own thing.
Exactly,
tweak it like we were talking about.
Right, and right now I think the benefit, which was kind of a disadvantage before, is that they're incorporating these different styles with the players that play this every day, as opposed to we're going to stick to English soccer and that's it. You know, the opposite side